Today is the 20th day of April 2020, and I've been visibly quiet since Easter when I saw in Abaco that Minister Darren Henfield was given 100 meals, and he was taking pictures of people who received the food. How could the minister, how persons giving out food in his name on a holy of holiest, the holiest of holiest day in the Christian calendar, and having somebody take people's picture? When I see in Baines and Grantown, this fella's giving out 500 meals a day after Darren has been visibly absent for 8 months. You give out 100 plates and you're taking people pictures. That one put me aback so much that this is the first video I've done since that. I didn't even know what to say about that. That is unacceptable. It reminds me of another lady that's trying to run for North Abaco. She paid for hotel rooms. She bought some lumber, give this guy in Abaco. We call him Al Mundy, one of the biggest thieves in Abaco. He steals from everybody. She gave him $4,000 worth of lumber. He stole $2,000 and sell it to someone else. So it didn't go to where it should have gone. We know that was going to happen. But you give people things in order to promote you. That is unacceptable. If you're going to give freely. You don't have to announce that you give it if it's truly from the heart. But I came out to say this. I saw on television, in the newspaper today, the Tribune, headline: our Prime Minister, the most honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis. I don't know where you all got that most honorable from. What does that mean in Abaco term? Doesn't mean anything where I'm from. I don't know why y'all say that. But the Prime Minister coming out and asking the business owners, let me see what they say in his words. This is the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, asking the business owners, pointing hands. When you point fingers, look how many point back at you. And I'm going to show you why it's pointing back at him. And he said to the business owner, where's your heart? Where's your compassion? Where is your soul? Come on. Laying off loyal workers by wealthy owners. Mr. Prime Minister, sir, where's your heart? The people of Abaco, North and South, they call them twin babies. They give you 2 seats. Darren Henfield with ain't much. James Albury, same, not much. But they delivered 2 seats in Abaco. Over the past 15 to 20 years, Abaco economy has been putting over $45,000 a year into the economy of the Bahamas. Since Hurricane Dorian, 8 months in, Mr. Most Honorable Prime Minister, sir, where is thy heart? Do you have a heart for Abaco and Abaconians? Where is your compassion when 8 months in, Mr. Prime Minister, you cannot bury 50 of our dead? 8 months in, they're still behind a trailer. When in New York, they could bury 1,400 people in 1 week. You, sir, have lost your heart, your compassion, and you never had any soul for Abaco and his dead. To date, going on 9 months, our dad is still behind the trailer. Where is your compassion into bringing some of that one year's money, 1 year, $45,000, if you would have brought into Abaco, of our monies that we put into the treasury over 15 years, if you were to bring 1 year's worth, we would have been way on the way to recovery. Here it is. Hurricane season is right on the brink, and we are still not in our homes. 8 months later. Nassau, if Abaco is a blueprint of the compassion of this prime minister, y'all in trouble. Y'all have just only tasted 1 month. We've been in the battle for 8 months of this uncaring, non-compassionate, non-soul prime minister. Nothing he has done is to help Abaco forward into rebuilding. You imagine an island that give $45,000 a year for the past 15, 20 years, haven't got half of that money back to rebuild? Neither have either of our MPs sit at the table to speak to us about a way forward. I sometimes tear up when I speak about and when I think about the older people that can't speak, won't speak because we're very proud people in Abaco. That this prime minister that has so much wealth, the only thing he has done is secured a $25 million contract. You're talking about wealth. He and Brent Simmons are the most wealthiest members of parliament today. And I bet you, I don't know which area that Brent nor the prime minister represent, but I bet you they are representing wealthy people. So you see, they don't have to go in their pocket like the members of Bain Time and Marvin Daines and give out food and Food Vulture. Their people are wealthy like them. Birds of a feather flock together. But when the prime minister is going to say to this country and to the wealthy business owners that they have no heart, they have no compassion, and have no soul, my question to this prime minister, find your heart, find your soul, find your compassion. I know it's going to take you a while to find it, because 8 months in later, you have not found either of those that you described to the other business owners in the papers this morning. When, Mr. Prime Minister, sir, are you going to find your heart, your soul, your compassion for the ones and the loved ones that lost their loved ones that are still sitting in the back of a trailer at the clinic in Marshaba? When are you going to find some compassion for the people that helped to build Marshaba that going on hard times? 4,000 is reported to be hungry. We have the money. Abaco send the money into the treasury. All we're asking, Mr. Prime Minister, to find your soul, find your compassion, and send some of our monies that we put into the treasury over the years back to help to rebuild the lives of the 80, the 70, the 90-year-old that didn't have any insurance, that is going from day to day. When, Mr. Prime Minister, you are going to find some compassion, your soul, to help the people of Abaco that voted for this caring FNM government that you promised that this time would be the people's time, rich people, when this is going to happen. It's one of these Kai Care video to the most honorable prime minister of the country, still looking and searching for his soul to help the people of Abaco, because all he is a servant. And when is he going to start to serve the needs of the most vulnerable, the most needy in the Bahamas, Abaco and Grand Bahama? Only 2 islands. God help, only 2 islands were destroyed. If it was other islands, where would we be? Where would be the compassion, the soul, and the heart of this Prime Minister? Please, Mr. Prime Minister, find your heart for Abaco, Kai Kiss.